Hi again, everybody. It's Kevin Knesset coming to you from the newsroom of The Observer and TheObserver.com on this, the 17th day of October in the year 2022. Sure hope you're enjoying your Monday, no matter where it is you are in the country. Here in the Northeast, a beautiful autumn day, and I hope it's the same wherever it is you are, as you do every Monday night. You welcome me into your home so that I might bring to you this week's news. And as you can see, we've got the front page up already. Cars in a concert is the main story. Now, this all happened yesterday. It was Sunday, the 16th of October at Lyndhurst Town Hall Park. Mayor Robert Giangiarusso in Lyndhurst put together the first ever car show at Town Hall Park and in the Delafield area in that part of Lyndhurst. And believe it or not, they only planned this event about 6 weeks ago when the planning started. They had over 100 cars there, and there was a lot of people who showed up to see the cars for food, entertainment, and to see the Cameos concert, which took place at the Great Stage at Town Hall Park. It was a really, really nice afternoon on a beautiful day in October. So, you know, if you didn't get a chance to go, we have some videos posted right on theobserver.com you can check out, including some clips of the Cameo singing. But it was a really, really nice event. It really was, and it was very, very well attended. So congratulations to Mayor Giangiarusso and to Amy Jarvis for pulling together such a great event in such a small amount of time. Now, they plan on doing it again. So there will be one next year. They already told you it was going to be annual when they said it's the first annual, which you're not supposed to say, but you did anyway. But there'll be many, many more to come, hopefully. And if you missed it this year, be sure, of course, to check it out next year because it was a really, really nice afternoon. Plus, they have all the festival foods, you know, like sausage and peppers and zeppelis and all that great carnival-type food. So great day. Great job, Mayor Giangiarusso. The Kearney Branch Library, up on this neck of the woods, has not had a renovation for almost 20 years. And Josh Humphrey, who is the director of the Kearney Public Library, is proposing a massive renovation. I shouldn't say massive, but a big-time renovation to the Branch Library up here. So read all about that on page 1. Ron has the story for you. He worked with Josh to pull this together. And I think if this all comes to fruition, it's going to be very, very nice. More meeting space and things of that nature. And it'll be good for people, especially senior citizens who may not drive and live closer to the northern end of town so that they don't have to make their way down to the regular main library. And you know how parking is down there. It's abysmal, frankly. So it'll be good, certainly, for people who live up in the further north part of town here in Kearney. Ron's got another story, and it's on pages 2 and 3. Can't really put those both up at the same time, but Belleville High School has an ROTC program now, and it's a great, great program. And he spoke with one of the instructors and a couple of the kids who were involved in the program. So I hope you'll check that out on pages 2 and 3 of this week's edition of The Observer. As we make it to page 4, another sad, sad loss in West Hudson this week. Tom Witt, who of course was involved with Little League in both North Arlington and in Kearney, lost his battle to cancer. He was just 82 years young, and our retired Jim Hague came out of retirement yet again this week to write another everlasting tribute to Tom, who had such a big, big and important role in Kearney Little League and Little League in North Arlington. So I hope you'll check that out on page number 4. Pink Vision. You've probably seen their ad in our newspaper before. They just opened up a new office on Kearney Avenue, 685 Kearney Avenue. Bob Pizzola and I had a chance to go over there and see Maria Dominguez, who is the founder of the place. And man, that new building on Kearney Avenue is just beautiful. There's apartments on the top. The optometry office is so bright and white and welcoming. And there's so much great stuff on the inside, state-of-the-art equipment, friendly staff, you name it. So I did a little review of Pink Vision and Maria Dominguez's business. She and her brother-in-law have been running the place for 12 years, believe it or not. Maria's sister Carla is also an optometrist, And they just treat everybody like you're part of their family. And that's the way I felt and Bobby felt when we went over there the other day to interview Maria. So if you need to get your glasses done, fixed, and need an eye exam, this is a great place to go. The numbers are in there, and they've been around for a dozen years. It's their 4th opening. And Maria says it's her ambition at some point to open as many as 10 different offices. And I'll tell you what, she's done what she's done in 12 years. There's no reason not to believe she won't at some point have a complete 10 offices as she dreams. All right, now, this is very important. So much so that I'm going to blow it up as much as I can right here. All right, I want this to be very, very clear to everybody. Okay, and I don't know how many times I can say this. It has long been the policy of the Observer newspaper, long before many of us were even born, in fact, including myself, that this newspaper does not allow things to get political, has never accepted letters from political candidates, has never accepted or published letters that endorse candidates or praise a candidate or criticize a candidate running for local office. Now, that is not necessarily the case with national issues or state or county issues, but when it comes to the towns that we cover, never, since at least 1972, when Tony Tortoretti bought this newspaper, has the Observer had political coverage. Okay. Now, some people don't know the difference between governance and politics. You can cover what a government does, but the politics is what goes on behind the scenes to get elected. So, give you an example. A candidate decides he's going to run a letter and tell everybody in the world why his running mate is the best thing since sliced bread. We are not publishing letters like that. We never have, and we never will. A resident wants you to know why they think candidate B is the best person running for council in the town of Kearney. We are not running those letters in the letter section. We never have. We never will. You basically have to think of it in terms of this. If it belongs in a flyer for a campaign, it won't be seen in a letter to the editor in the Observer. And this is something that Lisa's stepfather, Tony Tortoretti, preached for many, many years, and that Lisa has followed since 2002 when she took over after Mr. Tortoretti's unfortunate death. It has never been any different. It has never been any different for Kearney over any other towns. We cover, in theory, 8, mostly 7 towns. And it's no different for Kearney, Harrison, East Newark, Lyndhurst, North Arlington, Belleville, Bloomfield, or Nutley. It's the same policy that's been in force since 1972. Another thing. You may remember last year we did a series of videos. We did 2 with Mayor Santos and with Sidney Ferreira, the 2 candidates who were running for mayor of Kearney. We're going to do the same thing this year for Mayor Fife and for Anselmo Milan, who is running for mayor of Harrison. And we're going to do the same thing for Dan Pronti, a Democrat, who is running for mayor of North Arlington. We have never before, nor will we ever, do video interviews for council candidates. We've never made exceptions to that rule. We're not starting now, and that's the way it's going to be. There are some who feel that that's an injustice, and it's a shame because it's not an injustice, it's a reality. We have offered to all of the candidates running for any office the opportunity to do questions and answers that will run in the newspaper. That offer stays on the table until election week, and we will continue to do that. But I simply cannot coordinate that. I'm one person, and there's no way that I would be able to interview all the people who are running for council in the towns that we cover. It's just logistically a nightmare and impossible to do. If you think that's, I don't know, censorship, then you don't get it. But that's not what this is. It's a reality. The high office is mayor. In the towns that we cover, we will do video interviews for candidates running for that office. When it's for counsel, a lower office, there will not be videos done by interview-wise. And unfortunately, some people have decided that that's a form of censorship. It's not. And we'll see what happens. But from what I understand, there are certain candidates who have already declined and will not do the print interviews because they demand that it be only in the video form. Unfortunately for them, it's not going to happen. But the opportunity to do the print interviews remain in effect. Now, again, this is a policy that has been in effect for the most part since 1972. The videos are new because we just started doing them a couple of years ago. But let it be clear, again, that the policy is the video interviews will be for mayor candidates only, not for council. And it doesn't matter if there are contested races. If they're not contested races and they want to still do the interviews, that's fine as well. But it doesn't matter whether the races are contested or uncontested. That's the policy. That's the way it stands. And Lisa, as the owner of this newspaper, has every right to set that policy. There is no constitutional guarantee to video interviews at the Observer. Let's move on. We're going to go to page number 7 now. And, of course, the page isn't going to turn now either. Emma Quintana from Brave Women, Mujeres Valientes, is a group that's been around for 2 decades. It's a breast cancer awareness support group that Emma started back in 2002, I believe, when she first got breast cancer. They have gone strong for 2 decades, and every October tie pink ribbons around trees in Kearney. And 2 weekends ago, Mayor Santos cut a ribbon for the kickoff of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So we have a photo of Emma and the mayor and the council and her group at Town Hall. Also, registration is underway for Parade, which is coming up. That's always an exciting and fun day at the end of October, put on by the Kearney UEZ. So check that out if you get a chance on page number 7. This is a jump, what we call a jump page. Sports, of course, you may not know, I'm sure you know by now, but it turns out that Kearney beat Harrison 5-1 in the semifinals of the Hudson County Tournament. And they now face Union City at Red Bull Arena Friday night. It's going to be exciting. And Jason Bernstein also has 2 other sports stories, including a wrestler who is going to Spain to do so, and an athlete of the week. Kearney Police Blotter from Tim Wagner this week is also available, so I hope you'll check that out. And, of course, there's some full-page ads here, including from the team running with Mayor Al Santos. And that's just about it. And don't forget, there are 2 pages of classifieds, too. So if you're looking for a job or place to live, you name it, you're going to find it in this week's classifieds. It is a little bit after 14 minutes past the hour. Canessa here with you on the Observer Live. That's going to do it for this week. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me and logging on as you do every week. We will be back 1 week from today, but if anything happens during the course of the week, we will do that with you as well. So from the newsroom of The Observer and TheObserver.com, it's Kevin Canessa signing off for now, and we hope to see you back here again very, very soon. Good night, everybody.